Hi guys, welcome to another episode of VEGBATE where I take common excuses made against veganism and I respond to them. So today's excuse is vegans have deficiencies and they always have to pop those supplements to get everything they need. It is the position of the American Dietetics Association that appropriately planned vegetarian diets, including total vegetarian diets or vegan diets, are healthful, nutritionally adequate, and may provide health benefits in the prevention and treatment of certain diseases. Well-planned vegetarian diets are appropriate for individuals during all stages of life, including pregnancy, lactation, infancy, childhood, and adolescence, as well as for athletes. So who is the American Dietetics Association and why does their opinion on vegan diets matter? The American Dietetics Association is the largest organization of nutrition professionals. It was founded in 1917 during World War I to aid the government in food conservation and enhance the public's health and nutrition. And rest aside, the American Dietetics Association is not a bunch of vegans. Only 2% of the world is vegan, and it's very unlikely we are all nutrition professionals. I mean, I'm not. The reason they stated appropriately planned vegetarian diets are nutritionally adequate is because just like non-vegans, there's a lot of processed foods out there. And while it's vegan to eat 12 packages of Oreos a day, it's not nutritionally adequate. So, as with non-vegans, there's 2 vitamins that we struggle to get naturally. So these vitamins are vitamin D and vitamin B12. So I'm going to go more into detail about each of them to explain what they are and why we're low in them. So vitamin D is made when UVB rays convert a prohormone in our skin into vitamin D. If we're not getting adequate amounts of sun, like if you're in the Great North Canada, you're probably not going to go outside much in the winter because it's really cold and, we're not sunbathing every day in the summer either. It's suggested that you supplement with vitamin D3, but vitamin D3 is animal-derived from animals that produce their own vitamin D, which happens to be vitamin D3. We produce our own vitamin D3 too. So they've already produced that vitamin D3 and we're just taking it from them to consume. But you can also supplement with vitamin D2, which is derived from plants. So things like mushrooms have already converted the sun into vitamin D2, and this is suitable for vegans to consume. And the reason why we have such a big problem with getting enough vitamin D isn't only because, people living in Canada or the UK or whatever. Humans a long time ago didn't wear clothes. We were always in the nude, and that is how we got enough vitamin D, because the sun was able to hit every single part of our bodies to give us sunlight that we could then turn into vitamin D. But now we wear so many clothes that we basically eliminate our chances of getting enough vitamin D. So that is why so many people supplement. But one thing's for certain, if we get enough sun, then we don't need to supplement at all. So go get outside. Vitamin B12 is a byproduct of bacteria in our colons, and the vitamin is too far down in our own colons for us to reabsorb it. Some vitamin B12 is lost each time we poop. So in order to ensure our bodies get enough, we need to consume it. And a long time ago, we didn't wash our produce as much, or any things in our life. We didn't extremely cleanse and disinfect everything, so we had a very high chance of consuming some dirt on our vegetables and getting a little bit B12. We also used to drink from fresh streams or wells, and that was another source of B12 for us. Now as a society, we are so cleanly that we don't drink out of wells very often. There's not many people that drink out of wells anymore. We don't drink out of fresh streams, and we clean everything a lot. We sanitize things, like, too much. Now that livestock is being raised more so in factory farms than how they used to be on nice family farms, animals aren't going outside as much and eating grass. They're not pulling up the dirt with that grass they're eating, so they're not getting enough B12. So a lot of times livestock are injected with vitamin B12 so they can get enough, but also so that when they're killed or when they produce milk or eggs, their products, their body, or their secretions come with a bunch of B12. And things such as cereals are also fortified with vitamin B12 so we can get enough. And vegans who are not eating fortified sources like plant-based milks, plant-based meats, or even cereals should be getting a synthetic shot just like the livestock animals to ensure they're getting enough, or they can supplement, but supplements have been shown to not work as great as getting an injection. So there's a bunch of other nutrients and micronutrients that we need to get every day. So I'm just going to cover these. I'm going to put some pictures actually on the screen so you guys can visualize where your vitamins are coming from. So vitamin A, carrots are very high in vitamin A. Sweet potatoes are very high in vitamin A. Kale and spinach, squash, and peppers. Vitamin C can be found in peppers, citrus, kale, broccoli, cooked Brussels sprouts, and strawberries. Vitamin K can be found in kale, natto, cooked Brussels sprouts, chives or spring onions, cabbage, and broccoli. Vitamin E can be found in almonds, sweet potatoes, sunflower seeds, spinach, wheat, and cooked Swiss chard. Vitamin B1 can be found in sunflower seeds. I believe that's a macadamia nut. Bagels, peas, acorn squash, and corn. Vitamin B2 can be found in mushrooms, spinach, almonds, cooked tomatoes, white mushrooms as well as brown. Let me clarify that. And sesame seeds. Vitamin B3 can be found in peanuts, mushrooms, which includes white mushrooms and portobello mushrooms, which is actually the same thing. Fun fact. Peas, sunflower seeds, and avocados. Vitamin B5 can be found in brown mushrooms, white mushrooms, avocado, sunflower seeds, sweet potatoes, and portobello mushrooms. Vitamin B6 can be found in sunflower seeds, pistachios, prunes, apricots, raisins, and bananas. Calcium can be found in kale. It can also be found in bok choy or the other choy, tofu, tempeh, plant-based milks, and seitan. Zinc comes from wheat, spinach, sesame seeds, pumpkin seeds, or squash seeds, cashews, Brazil nuts, I think. Iron comes from cashews, pumpkin seeds, soybeans, lentils, spinach, and black-eyed peas. Potassium comes from soybeans, kidney beans, spinach, potatoes, apricots, and bananas. Copper comes from kale, brown mushrooms, sesame seeds, cashews, soybeans, and prunes. Magnesium comes from spinach, pumpkin seeds, sesame seeds, almonds, black-eyed peas, and rice. Manganese comes from, I believe, hazelnuts, almonds, tofu, squash or pumpkin seeds, chickpeas, and tempeh. Selenium comes from Brazil nuts, English muffins, sunflower seeds, sesame seeds, portobello mushrooms or white mushrooms. Phosphorus comes from squash or pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, sesame seeds, cashews, almonds, and pistachios. So as you can see, a lot of those things are the exact same sources of a lot of different nutrients. Plants are very nutrient dense, but at the same time they're not very calorically dense, so you have to eat a lot of it. So at the beginning of the day, if your vitamins aren't 100% perfect, don't worry, because by the end of the day, you're probably going to get them all pretty much 100%. So Chronometer is a nutrient tracker that I've been using for a few years now, and it is honestly the best one I've come across. I've tried MyFitnessPal, there was another one I tried that I was really big on before MyFitnessPal. I don't know. Honestly, Chronometer is the best one I've tried. I've tried a few different ones, and it really covers like everything. Like other nutrient trackers, they just do carbs, protein, and fat, and then they might do a few of the big nutrients like calcium and iron, but they don't do all the other little ones. Like they don't do the separate proteins, they don't do all the B vitamins, so I was just over those other nutrient trackers and I wanted the whole thing. And I find Chronometer very reliable because for the time that I have been using it, I've also been getting blood work done once a year, and my blood work matches what my Chronometer is saying. And every day you have the option to switch up your food. So if you're low in, say, iron one day, the next day you might eat a lot of iron. If you're getting blood tests done every single year, which I do recommend because it's a great way if you're health conscious to see if your body's having trouble absorbing certain nutrients from certain foods or anything like that. And that way, if you are low in something, you can correct that as fast as possible. So you can always try to fix deficiencies with adding more foods into your diet. And if that's not fixing it, it might be an absorbency issue, so then you might want to supplement. So fat on a vegan diet. Vegan diets can have a lot of fat in them if the person wishes so. And people seem to think that certain essential fatty acids are non-existent on a vegan diet, such as omega-3 and omega-6. So omega-3 fatty acid, alpha-linoleic acid, is found in grains, spinach, Brazil nuts, hemp seed, mustard seeds, pumpkin seeds, chia, wheat germ oil, canola oil, green leafy vegetables, raw walnuts or walnut oil, or flax seeds and flaxseed oil. So ALA is a true essential fatty acid. Our bodies cannot create it, but ALA can convert into DHA and EPA, other omega-3 fatty acids. Most people don't consume enough ALA in their diets to convert to DHA or EPA, and so they go directly to the animal products to get the DHA and the EPA, because that animal has already converted the ALA into the EPA and the DHA. So omega-6 fatty acid, linoleic acid, is found in olive oil, wheat germ, grape seeds, pistachio, sesame oil, hemp seed oil, pumpkin seeds, and chia seed oil. Omega-3 fatty acids should be consumed in higher concentrations than omega-6 fatty acid to avoid health issues. When your body's getting enough omega-3 and omega-6, it produces omega-9 fatty acid, oleic and stearic acid, a non-essential fatty acid that you don't need to get from diet unless you're not getting enough omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids. Protein. The biggest concern when you go vegan. I don't understand why people are so confused on this. Proteins are just different combinations of amino acids. Different combinations of amino acids make different proteins that are designed for different jobs in the body. So not all the protein or amino acids that you eat are gonna get turned into muscle. So non-vegans are eating amino acids that have already been turned into proteins. So during digestion, your body is gonna break down that protein back into the amino acids that made it, so that your body can take those amino acids, turn it into whatever protein your body is needing at that moment, and then use it. Whereas with vegans, we are just eating the amino acids as is in the plants, and then when in our digestive system, our bodies don't have to break that down, but our bodies might turn that into whatever protein our body is needing and then use it. So vegans are skipping that breaking down skip during digestion. And amino acids are definitely not hard to get from a vegan diet. As I mentioned earlier with vitamins and minerals, fat included as well, at the end of the day, if we were eating enough calories from a wide variety of whole plant foods, we're gonna get everything we need. But if somebody is, say, getting 50 grams of protein from their diet, but they want even more without having to shove more food in their face, there is plant-based protein powders available from so many different brands. I'll just put some on the screen for you, and you can go check all those different brands out. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, you can just comment down below. And I will see you guys in another VEGBATE episode. Goodbye.